ran ping ball tournaments all over the city. And when ping ball was no longer played, he ran Big Blue tournaments all over the city. He has a site on Facebook which documents the beginnings of both of those great New York sports. And when he played, he had a vicious serve himself. I haven't seen him here, I hope he's here. But it's Morris Franco. Is Morris here? Ah, there he is. Our next member has been a fabulous fundraiser for the ICHA for a quarter of a century. He is also a contributor to the USHA, and that's Ted DeWertz. Next we have a man who was the USHA East Area Commissioner from the mid-70s to the early 80s, responsible for producing the One-Wall Nationals during that time. But in addition, he ran other tournaments around the city and in Long Island as well. That's Kevin Kilgallen.
Yeah, Kevin!
Our next member is the creator of the UHA handball organization. Now, UHA sounds kind of strange, but when you realize that it stands for Our Own Handball Association, it sounds a lot more meaningful. The man has been running Big Blue tournaments all around the city since 1999. In fact, the first tournament he ran had over 750 entries. The man is Tyrone Snell.
Yeah, all right.
I now have the additional privilege of introducing those people who were selected to the New York Handball Hall of Fame as players. Now, some of these folks were also selected as contributors. So when I give you their playing credentials in such, I will also mention the contribution that they've made to New York Handball. Okay. The first person was a great four-wall singles and doubles player. Between 1980 and 1998, he won every doubles tournament in New York and New Jersey that he entered. First on the open level, then on the masters level. And this is John Abbott.
Yeah, John.
Next we have a multi-champion one-wall singles and doubles player. He is a member of the National Hall of Fame with the record number of open doubles championships. He has also run, organized, and refereed tournaments all across our great city. Albert Abuzzi. Almost the shy type. Now, our next player did not experience longevity in the sport. But as a teenager, he won the difficult Mirror Parks singles junior tournament, and he did it 2 years in a row. In 1961, he won the USHA Junior National One-Wall Singles. And then, 2 years running, he came in the semifinals, the USHA National Doubles. He has one other handball accolade, very special. Once, in a park game, and am I allowed to say here, it was for money? He beat the great Steve Sandler 21-0. Oh yeah. He's the fastest man I've ever seen. on a handball court, and he is the greatest name for a handball athlete. Winfield Balance. Our next member not only won 4 world titles in New York, but he also won in Arizona, in California, in Nevada, in Florida, in Georgia, in England, in Ireland, and in France. And he has run tournaments in
You're fine, you're fine, you're not in the way.
Forever. That's Wayne Barone.
Where is he? Where is he? Yay!
Our next member is undisputedly the greatest woman handball player ever. She has championed with 1, 3, and 4 wall singles and doubles. She's the first woman to be inducted into the National Hall of Fame, and she's a great fundraiser for the ICHA. That's Rosemary Bellini.
Yeah, Rosemary! Where is he?
Next we have one of the greatest one-wall women players of the 21st century. She is a singles and doubles champion in small ball and big ball. Danielle Daskalakis.
Where is he? Where is he?
Is she here? Okay. Our next man. So far, the only person I've seen is Paul Williams. It's hard to miss him. Okay, the next man has been playing in tournaments since the 1960s, but championships didn't arrive on his doorstep until he was 50 years old. He has now accumulated 6 National Masters championships in singles and doubles. Artie Diamond. The next person began his handball career in Ireland. By 1985, he was captain of the all-Irish handball team. When he first came to America, he played in a 19 and under USHA tournament, which he won. And then, a couple of years later, he came back and he won the 23 and under 4-wall championship here in America, defeating, I hope you know this name, John Bike.
Oh.
By moving here permanently, he joined the New York Athletic Club and became a state and regional champion many times over. He is now chairman of handball at the NYAC, John Duggan.
Where is he?
Our next man was a top pink ball singles player of the 1980s. Frequently, he was among the top 10 as evidenced by his appearance on the peak pyramid chart. Once he actually gained the exalted #1 position in the city. And that is Raul Fantauzzi.
Yeah! All right!
The next man had one of the greatest one-wall serves ever, which made him a feared one-wall singles player from the 1960s through the 1980s. He also ran the New York State Championships for approximately 10 years. That's Raul Doc Feldman.
Where is he? Where is he? Over there.
Our next member is a National Hall of Fame Grand Master. And if there was a award for being a jovial guy, he'd get that also. That's Max Forsch.
It's ready.
Next member was a top New York four-waller of the 1970s. His best year was 1975 when he won 2 tough championships, the Eastern Regional Doubles and the Albany State Singles. Richie Greenwald. Next man, a 2-time national one-wall singles semifinalist and a 2-time national one-wall doubles champion, Ken Holmes.
I'm sorry.
The next man had a one-wall serve equal to aforementioned Doc Feldman. This serve propelled him to several semi-final finishes in one-wall singles, even in 1990 when he was 47 years of age. Tom Hopkins. The next member is a 12-time national four-wall champion in singles and doubles, and a 3-time national three-wall singles champion, and in state and regional play, a champion too many times to count. There are some say that he's the greatest four-wall player ever to play that game. I'm talking about the late Jim Jacobs. Hold your applause. Hold your applause. I understand that there are members of the Jim Jacobs Foundation here. Jim Jacobs Foundation is a great supporter of the ICHA. So if there are members of the Jacobs Foundation, could you please stand for Jim? Next man was a top one-wall doubles player of the early 1990s. 1989 and 1994, he was a national one-wall YMCA doubles semi-finalist. And in 1993, he made it all the way to the USHA National Doubles Finals. Howie Kadish. Howie is also here representing his dad, Larry Kadish, who was selected for the New York Hall of Fame as a contributor for having donated use of his Coney Island handball club. During the 1980s, when the USHA ran an indoor championship. Not only that, but Larry allowed all tournament players to practice at the club anytime, free of charge. Champion national singles and doubles one-waller, and one of the best of the 21st century, Joe Kaplan. This man was the first USHA pink ball singles champion, and he did it 2 years running in the mid-60s. And he might have won more of those tournaments, except for the fact that the USHA made some ridiculous rule that if you won the ping pong tournament 2 years in a row, you couldn't enter any longer. You had to graduate and play small ball. So he might have won more. But I'm talking about Myron Kaufman. Next man was the 1978 USHA National One-Wall Singles Champion and a perennial high finisher in National One-Wall Doubles play as well. First with his brother Jeff and later with Mark Levine. This is Stu Kersner.
And Stu, stay standing for a moment. Who's also here representing his dad, Irv
Lefty Kersner, who was a great singles and doubles player of the 1950s, competing on a championship